What up, great people? You know who it is and what it is. I am Mista Darkeye, and you're tuned in to the Mista Darkeye podcast right here on Anchor FM, New Soul Music Radio, the home of motivation to trust God and live your dreams. Giving a big shout out to my sponsor, the Super Icy Brothers Premium Frozen Dessert Shop, located in Rock Hill, South Carolina, and Pineville, North Carolina. Please visit their website at supericybrothers.com so you can get more information on where you can get your hands on the super delicious Italian ices that they serve, man. And when you go by there, tell them Darkeye sent you. All right. So real quick, man, I wanted to jump on my podcast at a random moment and talk about something that I feel like needs to be discussed for 2022. And I know we're about halfway through the year, and I've been seeing a lot of people in the music industry make this mistake. And some of you have been in the business for quite some time, and I am surprised that you all are still making this same mistake. So I am going to shed some light on the situation and hopefully be able to help y'all out. All right. So for all my artists out there, whether you local or you're not local, when I mean local, I mean you live where I live. You know, regardless of where you are in the world, this is information that that I feel like you need to know. Okay. First thing I want to say is that we are not living in the 90s. Okay. It's 2022. This is not the 90s. A lot of y'all are looking at the music industry like it's still 1997 or something like that. You know what I mean? Like it's amazing. I'm looking at how y'all move and how y'all operate, and this is exactly what I see. We are not in a brick and mortar era anymore. This is more like click and order. This is a new day and time. Okay, so everything about business is different now. So we have to move differently and accordingly when it comes down to business. And I keep putting emphasis on business because y'all still looking at your music and your ability to sing and rap like is really what it's all about today. And it's not. Like, I'll give it to you. Having great music helps. It does. But that's not ultimately what's going to make you successful in this business. Okay. Now, I try to tell my clients to think of themselves as entrepreneurs and business owners and not just artists. And a lot of them, they look at me like, okay, whatever. Let's get back to the music. I want to pack out shows. I want my name up in lights. I want to be famous. I want to be a household name. I want 50,000 followers on my Instagram. And, you know, this is what they want. This is what they come to me for. And I'm like, no, that ain't what I do. This ain't about me trying to help you, you know, look good on social media. Even though I know that a lot of y'all feel like these record labels and record companies, that's what they're looking for. They're looking to see what you are doing on social media, which a lot of them are. And that's fine. You need to have some activity and, you know, somewhat of a following on social media. Yeah, you do. But it ain't for them though. This is really for you. Okay. And I'm gonna get into why it's not for them and it's more for you in just a minute. But I want to, you know, getting back to the business of things. This is about y'all growing. Well, first identifying your brand and then growing your brand. But a lot of y'all don't understand and know what your brand is. You think it's still just about the music. So you wanting to believe that if you make great music and you put it out, then automatically, you know, you're going to be successful. But that's not how it works. You can have the best cakes in the world. Like, you can bake cakes and have everybody in your neighborhood coming to your house because your cakes are super moist and delicious. But then you decide to open up a bakery because everybody's telling you your cakes are delicious, and then it's a whole nother ball game, and then you wonder why you're not successful. Because there's a difference. There's a difference between the technical part of things, being a technician and understanding how to create and build, versus actually running the business of what it is that you're able to do so well as a technician. So this is one of the biggest reasons why people fail at business, because they think that just because they're great at making something and putting something together, that they can actually run the business of what they're great at doing. But that's not the way it works at all. So we got to get back to the business. It's 10% talent, 90% business. And there's a reason why people say that, because at the end of the day, you can have whatever great idea or great product or service and still fail because the business is not being taken care of. And I go back to brand, your brand, identifying your brand and growing it, understanding what it is, growing it so you can monetize it and build value in your brand, because people will invest and pay money for what they feel like is valuable. Okay? And this starts with y'all understanding how to put together a business model around your brand and who you are once you know who you are. Okay? Like, I'll give you an example. For me, everybody that follows me knows what my brand is. My brand is Trust God, Live Your Dreams. And it all ties into the mission statement of my business, New Soul Music. By faith, dreams come true. It all ties in together. Everything I do is about living your dreams. Just to sum it up in a nutshell. Everything I do is about living your dreams. It's about motivation to trust God and live your dreams. It's in everything that I do, no matter what I'm talking about, no matter what it is, even when it comes down to my music. My music is motivation to trust God and live your dreams, and giving the message overall, tying in with the statement, by faith, dreams come true. It all ties in together. So you can just narrow it down to one word. What is Mista Darkeye all about? Dreams. Living my dreams, helping you live your dreams. I do it through my music. I do it through my podcast. I do it through my company. You know, when it comes down to consulting and managing independent artists, this is all what I'm about. Dreams, living my dreams, helping you live yours. That's my brand, and everybody knows that. You know, I bring people onto my podcast to tell their story, you know, because their story is motivation to help people trust God and live their dreams, because their story is about them trusting God to live their dreams and all the things that they're doing. So this is what my brand is. I understand that. So when people book me for things or hire me for things, they're coming to me for that reason. And now I'm able to scale. This is the reason why I'm able to scale, because I understand the simplicity of what I do, because you can't scale complicated. So you all have to understand the simplicity of what you do. And it comes back, like I said, to putting together a business model. There's 9 different parts to a business model, you know, and you have to identify and understand all of those moving parts to your business model, starting with your value proposition, who you are, what are your core values, because that's going to be a direct reflection on your whole business model and the foundation of it. A lot of people like to call the business model a one-page business plan. So this is what you need to concentrate on and understand how all of these moving parts are going to help you build the structure of the music, of the business of the music that you're doing. Okay? Because this is what it's all about, people. And I know for some of y'all, or maybe even a lot of y'all, this is boring. This is boring. This is not what y'all got into this for. You just want to make music, go to the studio, go to shows and sell out shows and jump on social media and talk about we out here working. You ain't working. Really, you're not working. You're just doing the stuff or whatever that you enjoy, and that's fine. You know, you enjoy going to the studio. You want to get on stage and perform your songs, but when it's all said and done, the business is not being handled based on what you're doing. And you could be making more money, you could be covering a lot more things if you understood the structure of the business that you're doing with your music. So I bring it back again. This is about identifying your brand, knowing who you really are, your core values, your value proposition of everything that you are ultimately trying to do in this business. Understanding what that is and start building from there with a business model. Once you understand what that is, now you're on your way to actually being able to monitor and monetize everything that you're doing. There's 3 different parts to this. It's the innovation, the quantification, and the orchestration of your whole business model. 3 different parts: innovation, quantification, orchestration. Being innovative, understanding what your vision is and coming up with new ways and ideas to implement the vision. Quantification, you have to keep track of every single thing that goes on and what you do every day. The daily operations of the business that you're doing, quantifying. And then ultimately the orchestration of it, the activity. Making sure all things are working out and you're putting things in order and keeping it going. And that's the gist of it. But you are a business owner operating a business, and you gotta move and think that way. Otherwise, if you just think you're an artist, this is just about music and it's all about music, you're gonna fail when it comes down to business. This is the reason why you got people like Rick Ross and Diddy and those are the 2 individuals that come to my mind right now. E40, Ice Cube with his long career that he's had with so many different ventures of things he's done. Snoop Dogg, the whole Mount Westmore, the whole group, Too Short, all of them have long careers beyond the music because they understand that they are a brand and they move accordingly. They understand their business model. So stop thinking this is 1997, 1998. Stop moving like that. Stop thinking like that, because this is not what it is. It's 2022, people. This ain't even really the music business anymore. This is the advertising business. That's the business you need to be looking into and understanding. And I ain't even gonna go no further with that. I'm just gonna leave it at that. If you want to know more about that, then you need to get at me and I can talk to you about that. But at the end of the day, understand what business that you're in. Understand your brand. Identify it so you can monitor it and monetize. All right, that's it. That's all I'm gonna leave you with. Get on top of your business, people. That's all I'm gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying? Understand that this is a business. It's way bigger than the music. 90% business, 10% music and talent. All right? All right. So with that being said, make sure you apply that cash, man. Commitment, availability, sacrifice, hard work, trust God, and live your dreams. This is the Mista Darkeye podcast right here on Anchor FM, New Soul Music Radio. I am your bro fan brother from another mother, Mista Darkeye. And we'll catch y'all next time. All right? We out.